Hey everyone, Tiny Flame Rob here. Okay, so I've added the ability for enemy NPCs in my game to see corpses or bodies on the floor, and when they do, they start searching around the body to try and find the player, or to figure out what happened to them. But there's a bug with this, so if we look and play the game, I'll just start it up in my engine, so I'm just gonna run down real quick. And we should have a guard down here. So if we sneak up on this guard, ignore the message, it's always there, it's always bothersome. Alright, so I'm gonna drop this guy here, and we're gonna hide out on the roof. So I'm gonna switch to my scene view. So we now have an enemy that's been knocked out, and we put him over there. So I'm hopeful that someone will patrol and see him. Not this guy. This guy always goes down there. But there'll be another guy coming up shortly. Here he comes. The little red box over there. So when he sees the body, he'll start searching for us. Like, there he goes. He's like, who did this? We need to get to the bottom of this. And he'll search around the corpse or the body on the ground. But the problem is, whenever he gets close to the body, it triggers again. So essentially we've given our NPC a panic attack. He's just gonna start freaking out. It doesn't look too bad when he's patrolling far away, but I'm hopeful he'll come back. Where is he even going? I'm hopeful that he'll come back and we'll see a better example. See, you can see there, he's kind of freaking out a little bit. His dialogue's like freaking out as well, and we'll see if every time he hits the corpse he'll start searching, so he gets stuck in like a little loop. So basically we need him to behave a little bit more consistently. So what we want to do is we want to add a cooldown so that you can the guard will see the dead body and then he'll freak out about it and search around, and then after that there'll be a cooldown period before he sees the body as suspicious again. That's currently the solution I thought of. If there's a better solution, please let me know, but I think that's a good enough solution. That should work pretty well. Let's see, because again, he'll come up here now and he'll start freaking out again, which is okay if he does like a whole patrol route, but it's mostly just getting stuck inside the body in like a search loop that looks very insane. Like that jitteriness is not great. So, yeah, let's see if we can fix that, because like that movement looks bad. So to do that, we're going to... So if we go to our code, we can see how I added the body search mechanic. I just copy-pasted a lot of code that I already had, or I should say reused a lot of functionality. So if we check out this new coroutine, because obviously I added a new coroutine, that's how I solve all my problems. We added a new coroutine called Find Corpses with Delay, which is very similar to Find Target with Delay, and it works in a similar way. So it waits for like however long we specify, and then it just keeps doing the Find Corpse Targets function, similar to how we do Find Visible Targets function. Now, like, I know my videos that go into programming tend to not do very well with you guys, so I don't want to bore everyone, but basically what it does is it works the same way. It just does raycasting to find if there's a dead body, which basically means that the enemy will just, if they're close enough to a dead body, they'll see it and freak out about it, and then they'll start searching. The search function lives here, which is part of the enemy movement script, which maintains and controls all of the enemy movement. We can see here search for player, search around body for player. It just does like a bunch of little stuff. So it'll wait for like 5 seconds, and it will set a new search destination, and then it'll wait for 5 seconds and then search another one. And that's kind of how the enemy searches around the dead body for the player. I should stop calling it a dead body. It's a knocked out body, but you know, dead body is easier to say. But yeah, that's basically how it works. So what we want to do is, whenever this triggers, we want to add a cooldown. So we want to say this is triggered once, so let's wait for a little bit so that the NPC doesn't freak out every single time it sees a dead body. So what we want to do is set a boolean. Normally when it comes to cooldowns, my brain immediately goes to boolean. So let's make a private boolean, and we'll call it reset corpse. What was I gonna call it? Reset corpse something. Has seen corpse. Let's do that. Has seen corpse equals false. Cool. So now we have like a boolean we can use for cooldown. So when we have seen the corpse, we want to set it to true, and if it's true, we don't want this craziness to happen anymore. So we can go to the enumerator, and the enumerator just starts at the beginning of the scene and it'll loop over and over again because it has while true. So we're just gonna add a check here to say if we haven't seen the corpse yet, then we want to freak out and start the whole I'm gonna find you wherever you are over here. Like that. Cool. So that should be good enough. So what we want to do now is we want to set when the we want to set this to true, right? And we want to set this to true whenever we do see the corpse. So we're going to do that here. So has seen corpse equals true, because this will flag that we've seen the corpse, and then it'll start the search, which is good stuff. The only thing we have to keep in mind though is because we've set it to true, we need to set it back to false after X amount of time. And because we're using coroutines, I don't think it's a good idea to mix coroutines with the update function in Unity. So I'm going to not do that. So instead, what I'm going to be doing is another enumerator. Yeah, I know. I'm full of surprises. So we're going to add another enumerator, and we're going to call it reset corpse search. I guess that's a good name for it. It's not going to have any variables we pass to it. It's just going to be its own thing. And also, I'm just going to copy. I'll copy this. We're basically just going to do the same. It's just going to continuously run. Okay, all my formatting messed up. Okay, cool. And we want to reset this. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to wait for, let's say, 2 minutes. I don't know why, I get a good vibe from 2 minutes. It's probably not going to be perfect. You might have to change this. This has to be a float, because that's how wait for seconds works. So we'll make that a float, 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes. And when we've done that, we'll also say if this is set to true, we want to set it to false. So this will reset the search mechanic every 2 minutes, which I think will work well enough, because the enemy will wander about, see a corpse, freak out, search around the corpse, then wait around, I think, for about 30 seconds for the patrol route to reset, and then they'll continue on their way, and then by the time they get back, 2 minutes will have passed, and that's good. If for some reason, let's say they were patrolling up and down very close to the corpse, they'd see it, search around, wait, assume the patrol, go there, but 2 minutes won't have passed, but they'll ignore it for 2 minutes. So I think it'll work and look really good. So we've got everything in place, I think. Did that compile correctly? Let us see. Yeah, no errors. That's the first. Oh, we don't call this though, right? So we'll never reset this, because we need to with an enumerator in Unity, we need to start the enumerator. So, oh, cool. I have it right there. No, that's an old one. That didn't work correctly. Ignore that. That was a one I did earlier, which was buggy and did not work correctly. So, I'm starting over. Did I name it the same thing though? Let's have a quick look and see. Whatever. Like, this is the one that we want. So, cool. And we don't want to pass in anything either. Now we just need to test. So let's do a test real quick. Play the game again. I'm lucky that I'm starting up near the train station, because it's way quicker to get down here. If I time it quickly, I can get this guard before he walks away too fast. Oh, stop it. I do hate this stupid save thing. I do need to figure it out. I'm going insane not doing that. Okay, so we set up our little trap. Let's see if it works. So we wait. Ideally, we'd want a guard with like a shorter patrol route, just because this guard walks around. We can see him here. He walks around the building. So, you know, that's probably going to take you more than 2 minutes to do that, I think. But it should be okay. Alright, so he's found us. He's found the dead body. He shoves that guy out of the way. will he hit the corpse again? Let's have a look and see. Yeah, but this time he's not freaking out. He's just calmly searching for whoever did it. That's great. And now he should wait. So basically this stage, the enumerator's finished and he's waiting. And after 30 seconds, a reset patrol enumerator will start running, or coroutine I should say, will start running, and it'll reset his patrol route with some text. And I think that's okay. Like, I was first thinking maybe I should make it shorter so that after the search he directly goes back to patrolling, but I like the fact that he waits around for like 30 seconds, because it allows the player, if they want to use a corpse to set up an ambush essentially and try and, you know, knock out the guard when the guard hasn't found anyone. So I think it adds like a gameplay mechanic there, just by leaving it in. I do need to do more tests though, because if it's not that cool, if it doesn't work out to be cool and it's just, you know, gimmicky and exploitable, then I'll probably remove it. But so all in all, him standing there and then walking around should have been 2 minutes ish. I have not timed it though, but yeah, cool. So it'll trigger again. But as we can see, or we could see from earlier, when he runs over the corpse, he doesn't keep freaking out. So it means it's only triggered one time. See? Yeah, perfect. So we have got more calm and collected guards, which is exactly what we wanted, because now the player has a reason to clean up after themselves. Yeah, cool. So we're gonna snatch this body away, and we're just gonna go hide it in this dumpster up here. And now we're gonna go down and we're going to see. Switch back to scene mode. So now he'll just patrol as per usual because the body isn't there again. I don't know if I need to add like an additional layer where it's like the body's gone now but it was there before, and the guard goes, oh my gosh, what happened to like the body that was here? But I don't know if that's like too much, you know, if that's too meta. There's way too much going on. I think for this game it should just stay a bit simple. And this is cool. So you could see there, nothing happened, nothing triggered unexpectedly. He's just patrolling around the building as is expected. So yeah, cool. So yeah, that's a quick video to show how I added and implemented some search mechanics for knocked out bodies, and also how I made the enemy NPCs not have panic attacks whenever they saw one of their buddies being knocked out. Anyhow, that's all I wanted to show you guys today. As usual, have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.